morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at Daily Tribune. We are live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Now for today's headlines. The Malacanang reprimanded local officials who traveled abroad despite typhoon warnings, as President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. expects hands-on leadership while the government continues relief and restoration efforts after Tino and Yuan left millions without power. The Department of Justice confirmed the government is preparing for a possible arrest of Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa if the ICC issues a formal warrant over the previous administration's drug war, with officials studying surrender or extradition options while noting that no confirmation has yet been received from the tribunal. Malacanang confirmed the AFP is validating a social media list naming government officials and former generals allegedly involving a destabilization plot against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., while authorities say the claims remain unverified. Former Public Works Secretary Manuel Bunoan left for the United States via Taiwan on Tuesday, cleared for departure despite being covered by an immigration lookout bulletin order, as investigations continue investigating the alleged 72.3 million flood control project anomalies under his watch. A suicide bombing outside Islamabad's district court killed at least 12 people and wounded more than 25, leaving vehicles charred and the area in chaos as investigators sealed off the scene. Victoria International Container Terminal in Australia has boosted connections to Asian markets with revamped koala service, linking Melbourne directly to major ports in China and Indonesia and providing shippers with reliable weekly cargo access. K-pop group Enhypen will bring their first ever VR concert and Hypen VR concert immersion to Manila Gateway Cineplex from 20th of November to 6th of December, offering fans an immersive experience with interactive features and cutting-edge 12K filming technology. Alex Ayala will kick off her Australian Open preparations by joining the Macau Masters from the 27th to the 28th of December, competing alongside top players including Mira Andreeva, Lina, and Conchita Martinez. Today is the 12th of November and I am Eliana Lacap bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. Severe tropical storm Yuan remains strong south of Taiwan with gale force winds affecting Ilocos, Cordillera, Cagayan, and Isabela today, and Batanes and Babuyan Islands tomorrow. Very rough seas up to 5 meters are expected, so mariners are advised to stay in port. Yuan is forecasted to re-enter the PAR today, make landfall over southwestern Taiwan later, and weaken into a tropical storm by Friday. Now for our traffic update. Light traffic at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Mindanao Toll Plaza, Bocaue Toll Plaza, San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. All other areas of NLEX, SATEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are reporting light traffic conditions. Motorists are advised to remain alert and observe traffic advisories for a safe and smooth trip. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Malacanang on Tuesday scolded local leaders who left for abroad even as warnings were aired about strong typhoons headed toward the country, saying that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. expects hands-on leadership during disasters. The DILG has ordered immediate cancellation and suspension of all foreign travel for elective and appointive local officials from the 9th to the 15th of November. The department has so far canceled some 40 travel leaves as it investigates reports that some officials traveled abroad despite warnings about typhoons Tino and Yuan. The Department of Justice says it's preparing for the possible arrest of Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa if the International Criminal Court issues a warrant over the Duterte-era drug war. Authorities are reviewing options, including surrender or extradition, noting that surrender would be faster due to the lack of an extradition treaty with the ICC. Prosecutor General Richard Fodulon clarified that senators do not have immunity from arrest for serious crimes while Congress is in session or recess. Meanwhile, Senate President pro tempore Panfilo Lacson said he may advise De La Rosa on facing charges if the warrant materializes. The ICC has not confirmed issuing any warrant, and the government continues to weigh all legal options. Malacanang on Tuesday confirmed that the Armed Forces of the Philippines has received for validation a list circulating online that names several government officials and former military generals allegedly involved in a supposed destabilization plot against the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The list was first shared on social media by a columnist who claimed that Vice President Sara Duterte, Davao City Representative Paulo Duterte, and former Ilocos Sur Governor Chavit Singson were among those allegedly funding the plot. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said the AFP is reviewing the claims. Former Public Works Secretary Manuel Bunoan has left for the United States via Taiwan, the Bureau of the Immigration confirmed. He remains under an immigration lookout bulletin order, but was cleared for departure after authorities verified there was no hold departure order or any arrest warrant against him. Bunoan's trip comes after a week after the Independent Commission for Infrastructure submitted an interim report recommending administrative charges against him and several former DPWH officials over an alleged 72.3 million flood control project anomaly in Bulacan. The report accused Bunoan of negligence and betrayal of public trust, claiming the irregularities happened under his watch and could have led to further misuse of funds without government intervention. A suicide bomber struck outside Islamabad's district court Tuesday, killing at least 12 people and injuring more than 25 others. The blast, which targeted a police vehicle, caused chaos in one of the city's busiest areas, leaving vehicles charred and streets littered with debris. Witnesses described thick smoke, shattered glass, and panicked crowds while authorities secured the scene and began investigations. Interior Minister Moshin Nakvi said the attacker could not enter the court complex and detonated near the police van. Rescue operations continue as officials document the scene and treat the wounded. The Victoria International Container Terminal in Australia, operated by ICTSI, has enhanced maritime connections to Asia with the revamped Koala service. The service, run by the MSC, links Melbourne directly to major ports in China and Indonesia, providing exporters faster weekly access to key Asian markets. VICT's fully automated operations ensure rapid vessel turnaround and scheduled reliability, making it a preferred gateway for high-frequency shipping and improving transit time for shippers across Australia's southern and western regions. K-pop group ENHYPEN is set to take fans on a new kind of experience with their first ever VR concert, ENHYPEN VR Concert Immersion, showing exclusively at Gateway Cineplex from November 20 to December 6, 2025. The concert promises a one-of-a-kind virtual experience that blurs the line between reality and fantasy. Produced with Amaze's cutting-edge VR technology, the show lets fans interact through gestures and even choose their favorite member's point of view, offering a fully immersive 360-degree experience that brings ENHYPEN's performance closer than ever. Filipina tennis star Alex Ayala will kick off her Australian Open preparations by competing in the Macau Masters from December 27 to 28. The world top 50 player joins a star-studded lineup featuring Mira Andreeva, Jack Draper, and tennis legends Lena, Conchita Martinez, who will serve as team captains. Before heading to Macau, Ayala will represent the Philippines in the 33rd SEA Games in Thailand. The 20-year-old recently made history after winning her first ever WTA title at the Guadalajara 125 Open in Mexico. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for patience and steady focus, Aquarius. Honor the trust placed in you and move forward thoughtfully in important matters. Stay focused on your goals and refine your management approach. Thoughtful planning and collaboration will bring smoother progress. Your steady efforts today will build confidence and open doors for future achievements. Business matters are looking positive. Industrial and professional initiatives will gain momentum and collaborative projects will advance successfully. Trust your skills, maintain focus, and your determination is likely to impress colleagues and superiors alike. Excuse me. And Tribune, did you know that on this day, November 12th of 1979, Melanie Marquez made history as the youngest Filipina to win the Miss International crown at just 15 years old in Tokyo, Japan. Born in Mabalacat, Pampanga, she became the third Filipina to hold the title after Gemma Cruz Araneda and Aurora Pijuan. Following her reign, Marquez built a successful career in modeling, acting, and pageantry, earning global recognition as the face of the 1980s and the most glamorous woman in Italy in 1986. A TikTok video from user Nutella is taking social media by storm, racking up over 9.6 million views and thousands of comments, all thanks to a dancing squirrel. Nutella, a puppet squirrel, has captured the hearts online with its adorable dance to Taylor Swift's song Wood. Viewers can't get enough of the cute and charming performance. That's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap, and this has been Tribune News on Q.